spoke with was Ahmad Gumi. Gumi, the terrorists, the mouthpiece of bandits, those kidnapping, killing, and maiming our people in Nigeria. Yes, that was the last man. That was the last man that young man spoke with. Yes, Abdul Mutala. If you remember, Google him, 2009, Christmas bomber. Yes, thank you very much, thank you very much. Yes, Abdul Mutala. So, you blame the United States, you got to be. America is a very strategic country. And when it comes to fighting terrorism, they go to war hundreds of miles, thousands of miles, to say they want to protect America's strategic interests. And part of it is stemming the tide of criminal.
Hey, ye mighty people, this is Smart Mado Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN, and the Nightingale Radio International.
Coming live at Nigeria Now on ONN, the Bola Ahmed Tinubu
yes.
And how his loyal
how is your evening going?
Did not see it coming.
Just going through things that I have done before, ahead of a major broadcast. You ready?
Army staff position until now is to a great extent, in my very strong opinion, a reinforcement of the fabric of the dubious amalgamation treaty of 1914, which kept the people of Nigeria in captivity for 100 years with its expiration in 2014, making the negotiation of the future of the country a compelling necessity that some people who have generationally benefited from it are attacking violently with their militias deployed across the country, supported by what is supposed to be the country's armed forces. To join this discussion, please click on the link below and subscribe to our channel, and get free access to the stream. It's going to be explosive, and so, we urge you to share this message with every Nigerian you know. Coming live at Nigeria.
Yeah, judgment is coming. Judgment day is coming for the evil and the wicked in Nigeria. All right, you ready? All right. Ah.
Anytime it comes like a tree and blossom, cause them no run things, neither me, who run things are just God Almighty. None of them no run things, me say not even me, but who running things is just God Almighty. Not the king nor the queen nor high court jury, who split injustice for each and everybody. Remember it was split without partiality. Rob off and Mr. Cat him and the DJ daddy. Mr. What them I gonna do when them spy charge a son? What them I gonna do when them spy charge a son? For the wicked I go run jam and the fire I go burn. Rob off and Mr. Catch him and him come for cycle down, because them no run things, neither me, none of them no.
That's what we're gonna get. Yes, corruption is a major disease in Nigeria.
Corruption will make you take food from your enemy and make you sing the praises of your enemies. That is why we say, never allow a politician to grant you a favor, because if you allow him, he will control you forever. To be a Rasta, you must commit yourself totally to speaking the truth, standing for right and justice, and fleeing from hate,
mischief, and bigotry.
jealousy,
Yeah, man.
bigotry, and hypocrisy.
Mm-hmm.
And you must strive within your imperfection to do right at all times and not just sometimes. Think that to be very sad that one man and his children and their cronies are holding the Federal Republic of Nigeria hostage. Yes, holding the country and its citizens hostage. And everybody thinks that it's a joke or that they have a right to do so. This is how low Nigeria has descended, and it's unacceptable. I've never seen Nigeria in this horrible state.
Very horrible.
Never. All the things that are happening in Nigeria, I never thought that they would happen some 20 years ago. But right here, they are happening in the 21st century, before a generation that is supposed to be so educated and so enlightened and conscious. We have degenerated. I think we have regressed back to the Stone Age. My father in his time will not accept this nonsense here.
How are we gonna work this out? To pay for the innocent blood that they shed every day. Oh, children of my world, is what their Bible say. Yeah, yeah. Oh, me no know how we and them are go work this out.
Why I prefer a people's revolution to a military intervention in Nigeria. The Nigerian army has been infiltrated and is now in the hands of Fulani terrorists. Otherwise, I would prefer them to seize power, gather all the corrupt politicians at all levels, all the masterminds of terrorism, and all other elites, including the criminal corporate drivers of the private sector who have been hurting Nigeria and Nigerians since 1999, and send them to hell, and then go into the bushes across Nigeria to force out all the terrorists occupying them for prosecution and ultimate sentencing to death by firing squad if found guilty. With what we know about how Muhammadu Buhari recruited Boko Haram terrorists into the Nigerian armed and intelligence forces, any military intervention led by any Fulani soldier will be resisted enough to lead to the end of Nigeria unless that Fulani soldier will start with reining in all the corrupt and morally bankrupt Fulani elites who have stolen Nigeria blind, including the Fulani Sultan, emirs and politicians who are behind the terrorism in Nigeria, before turning elsewhere to cleanse the country as a proof of his love for her above and beyond his tribe, religion.
Rastafari, ever living.
crimes against humanity.
Salam
And a lame duck who cannot fight for the people of Nigeria, who need a die-hard and purpose-driven patriot as their leader.
And
Smart Madu Ajaja, convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite.
Send my messages because I work with people who are even close to you, and I speak generally to Nigerians, Africans, and the people of the world. But if you don't know who I am, I will formally introduce myself to you. My name is Smart Madu Ajaja. I am from Delta State of Nigeria. I spent more than half of my life in Nigeria, and I lived in Kano for 8 years, and I had to run away from Kano to save my life because of religious intolerance. And I have a badge, a lifetime badge, to prove what I am saying. Here, you see my forearm. That is a stab wound. I'm sure you were in the army. In 1991, when there was a needless Islamic religious violence against fellow Nigerians who live in Kano. Their only sin was that Reinhard Bonnke, a German preacher, visited Kano to evangelize his Christian faith to those who are Christians or were Christians at the time. Nigeria, if I need to remind you, is a secular state where all types of religions are accommodated. Nigeria is not an Islamic state, and Nigeria is not a canon Christian state. Nigeria is an African state, and I am sad that African traditional religion is not the one that is persecuting other religions that are foreign, including Islam and Christianity. Sadly, it has always been the other way. And we have lost millions of innocent and defenseless Nigerians. Let me tell you a little bit about my story. On the day this mayhem started, I was at work at the National Orthopedic Hospital, Dala, Kano. I'm sure you know Kano. I was a senior nursing officer at that hospital, and at the same time pursuing a program in orthopedic nursing. I left that afternoon to try to go home. I stopped a taxi. He took me through the old city of Kano and got to a point where we saw thousands of men, young men, wielding dangerous weapons, including guns, axes, and all manners of deadly weapons. And the driver looked at me and stopped the vehicle and told me, Malam Kasoka. I don't need to explain to you the meaning of Soka, but for those who don't understand Hausa, Soka means come down. Zenje, I am not going anymore. I told him, okay, take me back to where you were telling. He told me no. In fact, he came out and opened his door and ordered me out of his car. Looking at the environment where I found myself, I had to comply. And then said my last prayer, if that was going to be my end. But luckily and surprisingly, something that I still cannot really explain. That was the last I knew of anything. How I was able to pass through the avalanche of men wielding very dangerous weapons has remained a mystery for me till this day. I found myself later on the campus of the Bayero University Kano that is called BUK. And the school was empty. There was nobody in that school. And then I started another move. I started walking beside the walls, the ancient wall of the Kano city. That has a railway line beside it. I was walking through the rail line and I saw vehicles that were burnt. I saw dead bodies littering everywhere. It was a very dangerous, lonely road for me. I navigated until I found myself in Gandu, Albasa. Passed through the Gowan estate. Then I saw some attackers, young little kids, that will pass for Al-Majlis. They came after me, Gawani. Had to fight them off.
Meaning, look at another one, look at another one, look at another
Until
one.
I got to my place in Jedi where I was living. I got to my yard. The whole place was dead silent. I got into my house. Now I started worrying about the night. What was going to happen at night? That was my biggest worry. There was this young Fulani young man, Aminu, with whom we shared the same estate. So I walked to Aminu. I said, Aminu, I am in trouble. I know the night is not going to be easy. Is there any way you can offer me refuge so that when they come, they won't be able to get me? Aminu said to me, looking at me in my face, he said, I cannot help you. And if they come, I will hand you over to them.
Okay, Stan, kid. Hey, thank you for joining. How are you?
I don't hold any grudges against Aminu. He did the best thing for me. He was actually the man who saved my life. By telling me point blank. He didn't deceive me. He didn't mislead me. He could have said, yes, I will take you in. And when they came, he will hand me over. I handed me over to them. So I remain so thankful to Aminu for saving my life, for doing what I will not do. Because if he
Hello, Siri Douglas. How are you? Thank you for joining.
I will tell him, Aminu, you don't have anything to worry.
This is a live of my near-death experience in Kano, Nigeria. Religious violence.
I will take you in and nobody will touch you. Because I have a clear understanding of how my own people behave. I would prefer to put my life on the line to save him. But that was me. That is how I am wired. So at night, they truly came. They were killing from house to house. The night was horrible. I heard noises of how people were being murdered. Until dawn. When it was dawn, I came out from my hiding place. Tried to put my stuff together so I would leave the area immediately, because that I was lucky the previous night does not mean that I was going to be lucky at another time. I made the first move to come out, and I saw another group of young armed men. I had to beat a retreat, ran into the compound and locked the gates. And I think out of respect for the owner of the house, and that the gate was closed, they did not enter, unlike what they did the previous night. So that hour went by, and there was this compelling need for me to leave that place. I made a second
Hey,
attempt.
Carrie Julian, how are you?
Then I saw
Thank
a
you
young
for
man
joining. Thank you for joining.
either from Plateau. There was no, I think it was Benue, Plateau State, they call it then. I was from Bender State at the time. I saw this young man. We became friends. We started trekking. We trekked up to Zaria Road. We found ourselves nearly. We were almost making it into Sabonkiri. When they grabbed this guy, we didn't suspect that. They grabbed him and slaughtered him in my presence. And then they came for me. That was how they stabbed me. I took the dagger from the guy who stabbed me. And that was all I knew. I didn't know anything else. The police were watching. Police, Hausas speaking police officers, mobile police officers, they were watching when my friend was being slaughtered and when I was attacked. Again, I escaped, bleeding profusely, until a woman came and grabbed me from my back. He said, you are bleeding so profusely. I am not an enemy. I'm trying to help your blood stop you from bleeding. So I looked, my hand, looked at, my clothes was drenched. The woman took me to her house, a two-story building. That again, that's another mystery. Mystery number 2. That I have not been able to explain to date. I did all I could. The woman took me to her house. We went upstairs. We stopped my bleeding. She gave me a plate of rice. My hands were vibrating. And the plate shattered. But I wasn't still sure. My spirit was boiling. Then I asked her, do you have a cellophane paper? She said yes. She gave me 2. I had my international passport in my pocket. I had to wrap my international passport securely and I put it back in my pocket. While she looked away, I went downstairs. And behind her house, I saw a river. Then I went upstairs again. She told me, calm down, my brother is a soldier. He's going to come take all of us. I bet you are safe. You don't have to worry about anything. And while we were there, they were attacking houses, no man's land. They were attacking houses, and with no one stopping them. Then I went downstairs again, looked at this river behind her house, and then jumped into it. I swam across. And where did I find myself? I found myself right by the Air Force Base in Kano. Body drenched. I came out and met thousands of fellow Nigerians like me. Thousands of fellow Nigerians like me. With different godly stories about how their families were massacred, about how they were given choices to die jumping inside the well or their throat slit. How mothers who were pregnant were cut open and their fetuses cut in pieces. I was at the Air Force Base with nothing else to put on, no food to eat, and nothing. In my own country, in the dead cold, with thousands of us. I was there for 2 days until I got 2 Air Force men escorting me for a fee to my house to ensure that everything was okay. People now started returning. I had to finish up my program in orthopedics and hurriedly left Kano. Took up a job as an industrial nurse in Guinness, from where I left to South Africa in 1994, and then later again left South Africa in 1996, September of 1996, to the United States, where I am. When I was leaving, I told Nigeria that I was going to be back. Sadly, shortly after the Kano mayhem, the Gideon Akaloka thing happened, where Gideon Akaloka was murdered and beheaded. They danced with his head around the city of Kano.
Very savage,
And
wicked,
nobody
evil people.
was apprehended, just like nobody was apprehended in the following the mayhem of 1991. The man that was allegedly behind the murder and the beheading of Gideon Akaloka ran to Sudan when Abacha was looking for him. He ran to Sudan. That's Lamido Sanusi. He only returned to Nigeria as soon as Abacha died. And Obasanjo made him governor of Central Bank,
Evil man, Obasanjo.
Nigeria. And from there, he became the emir of Kano. My question is, when will all this end? And since then, there has been a series of mayhem, killing fellow Nigerians, innocent and defenseless Nigerians, especially those that they tag as Christians, whether they were Christians or not. They were subjects of massacre. Look at where we are as a country. You know why I'm sending you this message? I'm sending you this message to tell you that the end of your Sokoto Caliphate is here. And you will be the last Sultan of Sokoto over majority Hausa people. And it will come to pass. It's a prophecy that will come to pass. You, Sa'ad Abubakar, will be the last Sultan of Sokoto. You cannot say that you don't know what is taking place in Nigeria. The mission has always been to continue the violence orchestrated by Usman Dan Fodio, your ancestor, which Ahmadu Bello tried to push at independence. Why is it that you guys don't want peace in Nigeria? And then when we speak, you want to gag us. Because the British gave Nigeria to you for you to destroy on their behalf. So the country cannot come together, unite, and then be the best it can be for the people of Africa. That you had the audacity to be doing all that you have done till a few days ago when you were calling that the social media be regulated so we all can be silenced when Your Fulani militias are destroying Nigeria. And I'm telling you now that we will violate every law created to silence us. And I want to let you know that your name is riding so high among intelligence sources, agencies around the world. And I'm challenging you today. If you say you don't know what is happening in Nigeria, I'm asking, why have you have not been able to warn for once? Condemn the massacre going on in Nigeria. The massacre going on in the northeast of Nigeria since 2009. You have been a sultan in Sokoto since then. You have not done anything because it serves your interest. Now they are expanding the mayhem. The whole of Northwest, the whole of North Central is on fire. Yes, when they come, they are sacking villages. They are possessing their lands. Sokoto, Borno, Yobe, Kaduna, Katsina, Benue, Plateau. Anna is coming down even to my hometown. The same methodology. And they put the name of Allah in front of it. True Muslims don't kill Muslims. True Muslims don't kill anybody. They are not Muslims. And you say you are the head of the whole of the Muslims in Nigeria. I challenge you. If you say you don't know what is taking place in Nigeria, I'm challenging you today. Will you be ready to surrender all the phone numbers you have used in the past 20 years? So we subject them to forensic examination. So why is it that it has been only Fulanis who have been on rampage across Nigeria? And why do you think you have the audacity, you have the power to stop people from speaking? Who are you? Who are you? Who the hell are you to think that you can gag the whole of Nigeria? Now, let me tell you, even though the British handed over your business partners of Britain, that does not mean we are in a new generation. Those before us accepted and allowed it. We cannot allow it. That is why I'm telling you now that the end of the Sokoto Caliphate is here. Today, that caliphate is pronounced dead. You see the Hausa rebellion, right? It's coming. Big time. The Hausa people that your ancestor Osman and Fodio tricked, seized their land, destroyed everything about them, seized their land, seized their thrones, and gave to his children and his followers, including where you are sitting right now. The Hausa people will take over every throne that was stolen from them and everything that was stolen from them. If you think this is a joke, you better wake up. And no amount of militias that you deploy around Nigeria will stop it. It's not going to be stopped. So this is a notice to you that Nigerians are tired. They are fed up. Their backs are on the wall. They're about to start biting. And they will bite so hard. You destroyed our economy. You destroyed our healthcare delivery system. You destroyed education. You destroyed everything. What do you want? People are asking, we're in the 21st century. Why should people be grazing cattle on people's lands? and people's private property on our highways. We're in the 21st century. All cattle belong to ranches. So why is it so difficult for you guys to understand? You don't own Nigeria. That's what we're about to tell you. You don't own Nigeria. So now why are you all restless? When they accused you of killing Christians, why are you restless? The world is interested in Nigeria now. Very, very interested in Nigeria. Because they know that the collapse of Nigeria will produce a far-reaching consequence. Nigeria is a very special country. So, Mr. Saad, you are not a traditional ruler in the first place. You are not supposed to be sent anywhere near traditional rulers. And you know that. And because all the traditional rulers are some stupid cowards, they can't walk you out of their gatherings or live in protests because you are not a traditional ruler. How is a sultan a traditional ruler? Whose tradition are you protecting? A Fulani traditional ruler in an massive Hausa majority? Whose tradition are you advancing? Whose tradition? You know you are not a traditional ruler. You are not qualified to be, but you come in the midst of people who don't know that they are scared. I saw you in Lagos, in the gathering of traditional rulers. People calling you preeminent. Preeminent what? You are not a damn traditional ruler. Yes, you are not. You are most unqualified to be seen anywhere traditional rulers are gathered. That to the extent they make you chairman, and like Bola Ahmed Tinubu sent a bill to the National Assembly. You love to be made permanent. They want to make you. And that little boy from Ife was not known historically to be a kingdom. We know about Oyo Empire. We didn't know about Ife Empire. Ife was never an empire. They made that morally bankrupt boy, you and him, permanent co-chairman of Nigeria's Traditional Rulers Council. The Oba of Benin is quiet because he's rigging election in his palace. That is why now Bola Tinubu's daughter had the audacity to go there to want to install an Iyaloja in Benin. Yes. Corruption has killed Nigeria. Corruption. Yeah, now you, the people of Nigeria, I tell you this. Stop being afraid of these people. They can't do anything. Unite. 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 And they will all be on the run. Hausa, unite. Your liberation is key to the liberation of Nigeria. Unite. They have used you to hold Nigeria hostage. 30 million of your children are in the streets of Kano, Sokoto, Kaduna, everywhere begging when they are supposed to be in school. You keep quiet. They tell you that you are one and the same in Allah. And the same people who told you that you are one and the same in Allah are killing you. They are destroying you. They are raping your women. They are seizing everything that belongs to you. They kidnap you for ransom. They impose taxation in you. You are Africans. Hausa, you are Africans. Invaders that we don't know the source of their origin now became your masters. Hausa, stand up. Hausa, stand up. You were practicing Islam before they came. You were never known to be killers. You were never known to be destroyers. You were known to be the kindest people. The people who accommodate people. All of a sudden, they turned you into monsters. I am happy that you are now seeing and opening your eyes. But you must take action. You must renounce the leadership of this imperialist over you. You must be prepared to take over your land. You have the number. It's not a question competition of anything. You don't even have to have AK-47 to take over your place. 10 million Hausas come out in Sokoto, Kano, Katsina, Zamfara, Kebbi, and wherever the Hausa kingdom is. Backed by the whole of Nigeria. I am backing the people of the Hausa people. And there are millions of other Nigerians who understand strategically that if the Hausa people are not free, the whole of Nigeria will never be free. Because it is you that they have used all the years to hold Nigeria hostage. Set yourselves free now. So you are the last, the very last Sultan of Sokoto. The Hausa people will take over their land. And we, the people of Nigeria, will rebuild Nigeria into a country with free, fair, equal, unlimited, and unconditional access to all. To grow and develop and progress and prosper according to their abilities and levels of competency in a non-threatening environment. Responsible Fulanis are welcome to be in our country. I know there are Fulanis who came ahead of us, Madam Fodio. They are not troublesome. If they want to be Nigerians, they are welcome to be Nigerian. But if they want to be the extreme Fulanis, well, they will have a choice to make. But we are not going to allow any part of Nigeria to be treated as second-class citizens in their country. We are the aborigines. We are the owners of Nigeria. And we must take charge of our country. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you work with him. You work with him. You told us for Muslim ticket instead of telling us about Nigerian ticket. This is because you don't believe in Nigeria. Your mission is to build your Sokoto Caliphate. Sokoto Caliphate is dead. Any Nigerian who respects the Sokoto Caliphate, you are a bastard. You are not a Nigerian. Any Nigerian who pay attention to this evil man, you are not a Nigerian. No more. Everywhere and in every corner, resist them, reject them, denounce them, chase them out. They don't belong to Nigeria. They are not Nigerians. These extreme Fulani enemies, they are enemies of Nigeria. Ghana chase them out. So why can't we, the people of Nigeria, chase them out? Central African Republic, chase them out. Why can't we chase them out? Yes, the whole of Africa is waiting for us. We are the ones holding the growth and development of Africa. We are the ones holding Africa from developing. We are the ones holding Africa from liberating. They know that if Nigeria is liberated, the whole of Africa will be liberated. Now, it's time. It's not about religion. It's about our country. It's about Africa. It's about who we are. If you have been afraid, now stand up and call yourself, I am an African. If you cannot say that you are a Nigerian, there are some people who are angry with that name Nigeria. If you cannot call yourself Nigerian, say that I am a Nigerian. I am an African. Forget about Nigeria. If you don't want to say that you are Nigerian, I don't blame you, because that name, we are going to change it. That name has brought a lot of underdevelopment. They have brought a lot of help. Nigeria will come in a new name. A new name that all Nigerians will love. A new name that all Africans will love. A new name that will catalyze the unification of Africa. So we can build that United States of Africa that Marcus Garvey talked about, that Emperor Haile Selassie talked about, that Modibo Keita of Mali talked about, Sekou Toure of Guinea. He was a Muslim. They talked about it. Yes, Kwame Nkrumah all talked about it. Samora Machel. Yes, Amika Cabral, Augusta Neto, Robert Mugabe. All of them talked about Samuel Sankara. Yes, and that the same message that Ibrahim Traore is talking about. Ibrahim Traore is a Muslim. He's not killing the Christians in his country. He's not murdering anybody. He's fighting the extremists. Yes, you see, they want to destroy him. Now, I want to tell you, I've just established a contact with the office of the Senator Cruz. We are going to work, but I've told him, they are killing Nigerians. The genocide The genocide, yes, there's a religious coloration to it, but it's more of Nigerians being murdered. They are murdering Muslims. They are murdering Hausa people who are Muslims, who don't believe in what they are saying, who don't believe in what they are doing. Yes, they are murdering African traditionalists. They are murdering all of us. So we will hear bad luck for Saad. Yeah, I live in the United States. Yes, we will use our closeness to America to bring about the Nigeria that we need. There are those who live in this country who want religious freedom, who want Nigerians to be Nigerians, the way Nigeria, America is. I am a Nigerian here in the United States. Nobody has ever woken me one day to ask me to leave America. Nobody. I've traveled to 48 of America's 50 states. 48. Nobody has ever told me, why is it that an Igbo man cannot be in the north? Why is it that an Igbo man cannot be in Kano? He can't be in Sokoto. He can't be in Zamfara. He can't be everywhere. He can't be in Lagos. But they say we are one Nigeria. You are the reason why we don't have one Nigeria. Let me show you what Ahmadu Bello did at independence to show the world what you people are. Ahmadu Bello, what he did to Nigeria at independence. He was the person who shot Nigeria in the brain. And then when he was shot, you call it Iboku. For real. Iboku. You made Hausa people hate Igbos. Now I'm happy that they are waking up. They have seen the truth about who you are. This is what? Whose desire is made. Okay. No, we're not going to let you cut it in half. This is the bloody Ahmadu Bello. The type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headmen of that camp, and so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities, because you can see from our northernization policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 northerners in our civil service here. And I tried to have it northernized, and now all important posts are being held by northerners. They had my policy not to all key posts in the north, solely with northerners and not with other Nigerians, a temporary or permanent one. In actual fact, what it is a northerner first. If you can't get a northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too. This is going to be permanent, I should say, for as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning the institutions coming out without having no work to do. I'm sure whichever government of the day might be, it will feel rather embarrassed, and it might even lead to bloodshed. Doesn't this damage the idea, sir, of all people in all regions in Nigeria being citizens of one country? Well, it might, but you to our region, but how many northerners are employed in the east or in the west? The answer is no. And if there are, there may be 10 laborers employed only in the two regions. Isn't that evil man, right? He deserved the bullet he got. He was the one who shot Nigeria in the brain. His message alone killed millions of Nigerians. So why is his life so important? And because of him, they destroyed 6 million Igbos when it was over. Nigerians, wake up. Now, Satan Ali, thank you very much. Ali Yaji, thank you, bro. Speak louder. Loud Hausas must rule their father's land. Yes, from up to bottom. Now it is your turn. Wake up. Now you listen, you are an Hausa person who have listened to this message. Do me a favor. Do yourself a favor. Do Nigeria a favor. Share this message. Sultan Ali Yaji, I hope you shared it. And all those who are listening now and those who are going to be listening to this message, share it. Let them know that the Sokoto Caliphate is pronounced dead today. And it will never rise again. It will be in Egyptian yesterday that we will not see again. Nigeria will now reign in peace. And I want you, Sultan, whatever you call yourself, Saad Abubakar, Mr. Saad Abubakar, withdraw all your Fulani militias that you stationed across Nigeria. Because this is a war, a battle you will not win. You try to make it look like it's religious. We are smarter than that. We know that you have killed, your militias have killed innocent Muslims. You beheaded so many. More Muslims actually in the north have died because you are a hypocrite. All of you doing this are hypocrites. The northern, you call yourself northern leaders. No, when they say northern leaders, it's Fulani leaders. We don't see Hausa leaders. Yes, being part of the northern leadership. We don't see leaders from any other place. It's all Fulani. So when they say northern, that is why I tell people, my brothers and sisters from the north, in the north of Nigeria, don't call yourself northerners again. That they have messed up that name. It's evil. It evokes anger from some people. Don't call yourself northerners. If you're an Hausa, just better call yourself an Hausa person. If you're Beron, call yourself Beron. Or say the state you're from. If you're from Jigawa, say you're from Jigawa. You see me, I'm from Delta State. Do you hear me say South and North? South, there's nothing like South. There is nothing, it doesn't exist. Those who tell you about South are those who use it to make money. And they work with these criminals who have been holding our country hostage. Yes, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is their child. So that is why everybody must turn their backs on him. He's no good. Yes, can you see a country, one country where a drug dealer is president, is a drug dealer, certificate forger, and an identity thief? His vice president is a terrorist. Have you seen it only in Nigeria? The first minister is a Fulani terrorist. And we are all keeping quiet. What is it? Is it fear? Now we are coming. Thank you very much for listening. God bless Nigeria. All right? And those who say they don't want to hear the name Nigeria, I respect you. I don't blame you. If you're an African, call yourself African. I'm an African. I'm a Pan-Africanist. Yes. So let us work together. Let's not leave the Hausa people alone by themselves in the struggle, like we left the Igbos and allowed these criminals, more than 6 million of them, using us. Some of us, our best soldiers were used. We're shooting guns. They don't know what they were shooting. They didn't know the reason they were shooting fellow Nigerians. Wake up, Nigerians. Bye for now.
In the United States, vice chancellors are called university.
These songs of freedom is all I ever had. Redemption songs. Redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill
Rastas, they don't. You start going down. You start going down. Yes, because you have insensitive to travel on Nigeria. Somebody who has killed, somebody who has bombed people.
Smart Manu Ajaya, convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, speaks on corruption and what it does to the body, mind, spirit, and nations.
You start going down. What he does. Rastas, they don't like. And you know what you are doing is wrong. Because it's not from your heart. Why do you have to go to Tinubu's asshole instead of taking over Nigeria? If you are sincere, for real. The only thing that will make sense out of it is if you are going to that